Hello, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Today I'm just going to discuss how I got into anime and my love for it, basically. And I might make a few recommendations by the end of this video, so stick around for that. Basically, when I was younger, you'd wake up Saturday mornings or after school in the afternoon. You'd watch, all the popular anime, usually dubbed over in English and brought, popular in Western countries, and you'd sit down and you'd watch them. And I generally watched all the popular ones because I'm a casual watcher like that. Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. It's one of my favorite magical girl series at the time. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Massive fanboy about that show. Absolutely loved it at the time. Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. Not as big of a fan as other people, but I can understand the popularity behind it. And I watched other animated series, of course, that weren't anime, like Lilo and Stitch and Kim Possible, etc. But they were like the main anime I watched, and I enjoyed them, and I absolutely loved them. And then as I got older, my interest for different TV shows kind of changed and evolved. Like I started watching the likes of Luther, Doctor Who, Peaky Blinders, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, House of Cards, etc. So my consumption of anime dropped drastically. And then around the age of 12 or 13, for some reason I was in the library. Well, actually, I'm a massive bookworm, so I would have been in the library anyways. And I was compelled for some reason to go to the graphic novel and manga section. And I picked up a manga called Death Note. I read the first 3 volumes because that's all they had in the library. And I was like, huh. I was really fascinated by it. I was like, this is interesting. I love the psychological and supernatural elements. So I went on to watch the anime, and I loved it, and I was like, I need to get me more of this stuff, you know what I mean? And I suppose one of the major reasons I love anime is that it can expand and do things that would either be insanely expensive in live action form or almost impossible. And then the second thing is it's so broad and it can do so much, and it's like a major form of escapism for me. Like, you can just immerse yourself in this world that's been created and its characters rather than the mundane day-to-day life you may or may not have, you know what I mean? So I was like, and the other thing is, because it's so broad, you have different shows for different ages, though not all ages. Like, I wouldn't be recommending a 13/14-year-old cousin of mine, Berserk or Tokyo Ghoul anytime soon. No, sir. Which is weird. I remember something like, isn't that for kids? And I was like, I will show you the first 10 minutes of Alpha Nita, and you can tell me then, is that for kids? But I suppose because before that, I didn't know many people who also enjoyed anime around me, and it was just, it's not my cup of tea, or that's kind of weird, or whatever. I mean, I've met more people who like anime, but it's not like, it's still kind of a niche in some ways, but then other parts, it's like, you meet loads of people. And then between this time, the 2 or 3 year break again, for whatever reason. I'm just gonna assume there's more stuff going on. And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to get into more anime. So I subscribed to more anime and manga YouTubers or YouTubers who did content relating to that. I started looking for recommendations, be it online or on Netflix, or I was given recommendations by people I met online, and whether they were popular or not, like Death Note, really popular, very, very popular series. Even now, even though it's like, what, nearly 12 years old at this point. Attack on Titan, love Attack on Titan. I actually have a poster of it. I might show it at some point. And loads of other series, Code Geass, more and more if I could think of any others. And some shows obviously are more popular, and some shows are more acclaimed. Like one of my favorites, Monster, that's more acclaimed than it is popular. And then, like I said, I found more and more anime. It was like a gold mine. I just kept finding more and more of it. And it was just sort of, it was like this new thing I found an interest in. And I was so happy when I found others who had an interest in it too. Like, I'd find somebody else like, you like Monster too? Because it's hard to find somebody else who loves Monster as much as I do. And it's great. Like with all other mediums with anime, like I said, it comes in different genres, there's different types, different age groups it's targeted at. Like, you can get more action series like Black Lagoon and Jormungand, you get more slice of life and harems, or in High School Host Club, or ecchis like High School of the Dead. I'm gonna say it is, just because the amount of... those who've watched it will know. Or sci-fi or dystopian series with the like of Pat Labor or Ghost in the Shell, or fantasy, mecha, other series like that. Though I'm not as big into mecha or music or slice of life series personally, but each to their own. Or you have more classic series. I'm going to call them classic series because they have quite a reputation behind them and they are far older than the other ones like Cowboy Bebop or Neon Genesis Evangelion and the film Akira. Now, since I started college, my anime consumption's also gone down again. But see, now it's summer and I have time to actually sit down and watch a series. It's given me the opportunity to get back into the anime season because I'm at least 3 or 4 seasons behind at this rate. I think the only anime I've watched this year, like the last one before this, I think was either Mob Psycho 100 or something, or My Hero Academia, which was back in 2016. So, you know, but the only 2018 anime I've watched was Devilman Crybaby, which is one of those series. It's not for the faint-hearted, to put it that way. Anyways, that's how I got into anime and how I've kind of dabbled in and out, but I'm back in, guys. I'd love to go to anime conventions sometime in the future, though that probably won't be anytime soon. But here's my list of recommendations. Actually, before that, I just might discuss something because I know some people. There's always a discussion of whether English dubs or English subs is better. Now, I know a lot of people who prefer much more English subtitles because they never liked English dubs. Blah blah blah. It's terrible. It makes my ear bleed. Blah blah blah. And I'm sort of one of those people because, like I said, I'm a casual watcher. I actually watch a significant amount of my anime in English dub with English voices. Now, my reasoning for that is, namely, I am an English speaker, and sometimes, I suppose, if I get a bit distracted whilst watching something in English dub, it's not like I've missed completely what the character was saying. And I suppose it's just something I'm more used to. It depends a lot with the series. Like, if it's a series that's still airing, usually it'll be subbed before it's ever dubbed, so I'll probably watch it in both. But other times I'll just watch it in dubbed. And I know, look, I'm not gonna lie, with dubbing companies back in the 90s, in the early days, you know, there wasn't many voice actors, there wasn't many good voice actors, and it was a very, very, very small industry. But, you know, now, because of the internet and anime's got more popular, though I'd still say that it's not as popular as other mediums, you know, it's gotten better, guys. It's not that bad as it used to be. Though the one English dub I will never, ever, ever watch again is the Elfen Lied one. I hated the dub for that. But aside from that, yes, I watch my anime in English dub. Come at me, bruh. I'm kidding. Anyways, I'm just gonna move on to my actual anime recommendations. And the first one is One Punch Man. It's more of a sort of shonen series. It's basically about the superhero Saitama who can defeat anything with one punch. Which you're like, oh god, that sounds kind of boring. But it really isn't. It's actually quite funny in a lot of sections. And like, seeing other superheroes and the monsters they come up with, I think it's fun series personally. You probably heard a lot about it back when it did come out, and I think season 2 is coming out this year. But I love it, absolutely love it. And most series I should mention for are available on Netflix, and I assume by extension also on Crunchyroll. If not, maybe Funimation. Apologies if they're not. And then the next series I'm going to mention is Castlevania, which is basically about this vampire slayer trying to defend this town. See, I've only really read the blurb of it. See, some of these are ones I've watched. Some of them are blind suggestions, so it's up to you guys which ones you prefer. Though, what I've seen of Castlevania, it's only 4 episodes, I'm liking so far, and that's probably a show I'm going to watch next. Now, the next one I'm going to recommend for nostalgia purposes, and because I'm like that, is Yu-Gi-Oh! It's these kids where their fantasy card game gets pulled into reality. It's good. Watch it, brah. None of the other versions, the OG version? Whoops. Okay. And the next one, just because it's kind of stupid funny. Well, not really stupid funny. It's stupid at points, but it's also funny, I guess, so it is kind of stupid funny. It's a series called Space Dandy. And basically, it's about this alien hunter, and he basically hunts down aliens that are unregistered with his robot and space cat. It's been a while since I watched that series, but I remember watching it and I was like, just don't take the series too seriously. Put it that way, and you'll enjoy it. And then the last one is Devilman Crybaby, which I mentioned before. Basically, demons are in this world, and humanity is in turmoil, but there is very few people, like this demon-sensitive kid who's a devil man, And I suppose he kind of fights to protect humanity against, well, demons. That's as much as I'm gonna say, because it's one of those few series I'll say after watching the 10 episodes of it, I felt depressed. And I mean that in the most literal sense. But if you like, and it's quite graphic, a lot of sex and violence in it, so I wouldn't say, again, it's not for the faint-hearted. So if you're not really into that, don't watch it. But otherwise, of the recommendations I've made, I'm sure you'll find something to your enjoyment, you know? Also, thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, comment, whatever. Thank you for watching.